Good evening, Rebels, and welcome back to another episode of the main campaign. What? From us? Insane.
Crazy.
Welcome back to Rebels Without a Castle presents the Stone Lord's Folly, our first saga. My name is Zach Savage. I'm going to be your lore master this evening, much to your detriment. And I'm joined by my absolutely wonderful, fantastic, drop-dead gorgeous cast of characters, and they're going to tell you who they are, starting with Hyacinth.
Hi, I'm Hyacinth. My handle's at Hyacinth Wonders on pretty much all the social media platforms, and tonight I am playing Seraphina, the High Elf Cleric.
Justin.
Hey guys, how's it going? I am GM Justin. You can find me at all my socials at Forever GM Justin, and tonight I am playing Dante. All vibes, no thoughts.
Not a single thought to be had. Laura.
Hi, hello, good evening, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can usually find me on the internet as _Laura Tutu if I decide to post on social medias that day. Today, I am playing Orianne Shieldbreaker, who is large and full of rage.
As you should be. Sam.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sam. I go by Utah Indie on Instagram and Twitch. You can find me on Instagram starting a new series where every week I make an adventure-themed cocktail. The first series I have done is up, centered around the adventure movie Swiss Family Robinson, with Treasure Island coming this week. So if you want some cocktails and some great recipes, check me out over there. And tonight I will be playing your resident pirates, Revelous Noge.
I'm offended I wasn't invited to the cocktail party, but that's fine. I'll get over it.
Come join, man.
That won't be reflected in today's actions at all. And last but not least, we are joined by our wonderful artist behind all of the art that you have seen, are seeing right now, and will see in the future, Pyrea.
That's me. Hi, everybody. I'm Pyrea. Tonight, I'm playing Espen, the Oblivion Ranger / Druid, and I'm excited to see what's going to go wrong. Back to you, Zach.
No one is more excited than me to see what is going to go wrong. Guys, it's been a minute. How's everybody doing? Are we having all right? I've seen most of you individually,
fine.
but to have everybody here at once is exciting. I'm excited that everybody's here.
Missed this for sure. This is so good to be back.
Ready.
I'm so glad you feel that way. All right, so to catch everybody up, since it has been a minute since we touched our main campaign, when last we left our little crew, they were on their way to making for Longfall to get to Shortreach Harbor to catch a ship that is supposed to take them across the Sea of Lindrior, hopefully faster than the folks that are chasing their target, the young prince of Corrin. And on the way, they stumbled upon something they should not have stumbled upon. But worry not, the world works in mysterious ways, and even beings of unfathomable age and power understand that this is not for everybody. But unfortunately, a couple of our party members don't quite understand that yet, but they will, bearing witness to a long repeated and storied, I guess sacrifice is the correct word. Let's not sugarcoat it. Between the Seelie and Unseelie courts in a town that for all rights and purposes should not even exist, and exists no longer. Two of our party members decided to sneak a peek and glimpse kind of behind the curtain. And nothing bad happened. Just they woke up feeling a little bit less than they did when they went to sleep. But the sun is shining anew. You have a lot of ground to cover still. So what would you like to do?
Are we like right on the outskirts of? How far did we get?
You guys cleared like
away?
I think you guys cleared like a mile because it was fairly like nighttime-ish whenever it
Okay,
was all
okay.
said and done.
Yeah, and we were all like, we are not sleeping anywhere near this goddamn town.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So we got a little bit a ways. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
How much time did Ori give you again? Because Ori and Sam talked about, hey, you need to tell these fuckers what you've done.
Yes. You gave me 24 hours.
Okay, just checking.
So I've got
We've got till the end of the day.
I've got today.
Yeah. Just checking.
Does Revlis look any different to us from the outside, or does he just look like a tired old man?
I think to Revlis's benefit, he was already a tired old man.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Like,
so there's
I feel
not
like-
anything.
I feel like if like this happened to like a 30-year-old, it'd be like, ow, like you kind of look
Okay.
like shit. But
You look hungover.
time comes for us all, and therefore I think there's probably not too much of a change that's noticeable just yet.
In other words, I always look like shit.
Okay. I love that for you.
Never looked
It's
better.
fine. It's fine. He's a pirate.
As an insult.
Listen, all that rum, all that time at sea, it's gonna wear a man down.
Seeps out your pores.
It's gonna come
He
for
is-
us one way or another.
Pickled at this point.
Amen. Not a lick of scurvy in sight, though.
Not a lick of It's giving Keith Richards in the Pirates movies.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I honestly don't think they could have like picked a better person because that man has done so many hard drugs that he is just preserved at this
He's
point.
just- He's a living
Facts.
raisin, and it's amazing.
He's a
man.
raisin.
Like, you look like shit for 70 years old. It's like I look great for 250, though. Let me tell you.
True. I would say that when we get up, like Espen's not gonna try and dawdle in this area, only because we aren't really sure. We aren't really sure if there's anything that's trying to track us or follow us. Can I do like a perimeter check to scope for like daytime glowing eyes or any kind of weird suspicious creatures or fae
Sure.
or the like?
Do you have like a ranger feature for that, or is this going to be like a perception-y, nature-y type check thing?
I don't because this isn't like my favorite terrain. I might get an advantage if it's my favorite terrain. Sorry,
Well,
I didn't I did not pull up my character sheet. Hold on, I apologize. I'll just roll a
Was that
lizard.
character sheets?
What? I don't believe I do, so I can just roll a nature check for right now.
Let's do
the sake of
nature, like see if you like see any tracks or like you're
Mhm.
looking for like animal-y type stuff specifically. So nature should be fine. Or survival, whichever one you want to do.
Let's do survival because it's way better. That's gonna be a 21 in total.
21. All right, so with a 21, you like as everybody's kind of like packing up and getting breaking down, everybody is taking care of that. Espen, you kind of you take a few steps like around the perimeter, and you're in like a fairly good clearing, but you have a fair amount of like kind of like shrubbery and like a couple like sparse trees.
Okay.
So not a lot of stuff could hide. Um, you see underneath like just like a thorn bush. You just see this like twinkling like very quickly pop up and then go out.
Like what kind of twinkle? Would I be familiar with what that is, or would I have seen it in any sort of way?
See, with the 21, it looks like it almost looks like a star.
Oh, all right. Can I? How far away was it?
Probably like 30 feet in front of you.
Okay. She's gonna kind of like look towards everybody who is in the party, and she's gonna go, yeah, like I know it's daytime, but like I'm pretty sure I saw a star, like just right over there, and I'm gonna look at it real quick. It's only like 30-ish feet from me by my calculations. So I'm not going to touch it though, okay? Just gonna look at it. And she will she'll get a little bit closer and cast detect thoughts in that area.
Okay. So you cast detect thoughts.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna follow, like not super close behind, but there's definitely like a
You've got to be fucking kidding me, yeah.
as Ori gets up and like shoulders the big fuck off warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you cast detect thoughts.
Anything?
No,
Okay.
no thoughts from the bush.
Same, dude.
Damn, okay. Nothing else. I don't have anything else to do. Listen, above table, if I cast not detect, locate object, would that do anything?
Maybe.
I'll waste a spell slot for that. I give it a try.
You can give it a shot.
Okay, auto locate object.
All right. What are you trying to locate?
The star on the ground.
So you cast detect or locate object. Yeah, locate object.
Locate object. Yeah,
And
sorry.
you feel like this like sense in your head
Mhm.
to like look up.
Ooh, following it like a shooting star. She's gonna look straight up in the sky and try and place where that position might be in the sky for like later.
I would say daytime, really hard to tell.
Yeah, I figured.
But
she's gonna think about it in her head and be like, okay, this is where it would be at night, And then I'll revisit that at nighttime.
Can Serafina do a medicine check on her friend who just had a lot of really stressful stuff happen yesterday and is now probably hallucinating? Just like, can she see if she can clock any level of like delirium or coping with drugs?
I forgot about that, man. That was so good.
so you want to do a medicine check? Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Some level of like trying to see if she's okay.
How we doing, buddy?
Yeah. 21.
How's everything going over there?
I know what I saw.
Yeah, 21. Yeah. So, Serafina, you don't have a ton of stuff. And so packing doesn't really take you as long. Like you've just been kind of like sitting and like, all right, whenever you guys are done packing up all the heavy stuff, that'd be great. And you see like Espen, like she starts out like going normally, like out to go look around. She's done this before.
Right.
And you see her head like turn super sharp to the bush and you're like, oh, okay. Like maybe, maybe there's like a, I don't know, like a badger or something, and like there's a critter or something. And you are like watching Espen, and you're watching Espen watch this bush, but you don't see anything.
Yeah.
But Espen certainly is sure that she did.
Okay.
So you figure it's probably more likely that Espen sees things that are not there versus you not seeing things that are there.
Right. And is she showing signs of that then, or is that just like my logical conclusion?
I mean, she
Like,
definitely saw something that you didn't see looking in the same area.
Okay, but the medicine check doesn't show like any signs of like glassy eyes or like flushed
No, so no
face.
like, yeah, no physical symptoms, just like kind of piecing together like,
staring at what happened.
I saw this and I'm fairly certain that I'm normal right now.
Okay.
And I'm seeing stuff that maybe doesn't seem normal for my friend here. But yeah, no glassy eyes, no like doesn't look confused, like looks very certain.
Okay. Interesting. Seraphina's gonna jot some notes down in her notebook. Keep an eye on in case like the unseelie are still having an effect or something. Like we just had a group hallucination basically. So she's not convinced that like there's not magic involved at least causing some sort of hallucination. Go keep an eye on that. And on Espen. She's gonna be staring at Espen very closely to make sure she doesn't wander off.
I told you guys. I said something. That's growth.
Baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah, exactly. And then Espen will be done by then, and then she'll be ready to, head off to save our princeling. In theory.
Oh,
Hey, DM.
yes.
As Revlis is packing things up, can I look around and see if maybe there's any dew on the ground, any sort of condensation that built up from the night before, maybe a puddle, maybe just even some mud, something that he could use his senses to feel?
Yeah, so it's fairly it's fairly early-ish in the morning. So I'd say that like the ground is fairly dewy for now.
Okay. Kind of hesitantly, as Revlis is packing up his things, he's got everything ready to go, but he's going to make a fuss over bending over to buckle up one of his boots. That's perfectly fine. But he's going to run his hand along the dew of the ground and just bring it up to his nose, see if he can smell the rain. See if he can like feel that feeling of water on his hand, see if he can sense.
You reach down and kind of brush like a tuft of grass with the back of your hand, and it does feel wet. You feel that like slickness of wet grass. You bring it up to your nose, you are able to smell kind of like smell that fresh Febreze-esque smell. But you know that thing that when you smell something you kind of like get it caught in the back of your throat.
Yes.
Allergies? Sorry.
No, not like that. You feel that like sense kind of starting to take hold, and then it just kind of deadens like the further back in the sinuses that it goes. And it feels almost, it just feels less.
Okay. Barrelus is going to do that two or three more times of really just kind of trying to hold on to what that smell is, knowing that he can sense that is going to bring him a little bit of comfort. But
About how many times are you going to do this?
About two more times.
Okay, and the same kind of like,
Yeah, I just kind of brush my hand.
I'm not doing this, but like I'm doing this.
The next two times he's not really going to care much about the theatrics of it.
Okay.
I think that Dante, like after that happens with Revelus, Dante is going to come over to him and tap him on his shoulder to kind of get his attention, and we'll just have like a very the expression of just being deep in thought as he kind of like stands there next to you.
Yes.
Question for you, Revelus, and I think you might be the one to answer this. If Espen saw a star in a bush, but stars are up in the sky, then how did the star get from the sky down into the bush? And isn't our sun considered a star? Wouldn't it mean it's really hot, but it doesn't feel hot?
You know, Dante, that is a excellent question. I once heard a legend about stars in the sky. And this legend went that the stars up there are actually diamonds. And now these diamonds, from time to time, will fall down to Earth. And when these diamonds fall, they create massive craters. Now, when some of these diamonds fall, however, something happens on the way down. They turn into creatures, magical creatures that hide themselves away in deeply forested areas. These creatures are made entirely of crystal, or that same diamond that these stars are made of. And that is why whenever you see a shooting star, you should make a wish on it, because you never know if that creature that is falling down may come alive. And you want to make sure that your wish is the first one that is up there in its mind, so that if it does come your way, it can grant you that wish.
You're gonna see the look of like his mind being blown as Dante just like, but if it's not a creature and it's just a diamond, does that mean we could possibly find it and then make a lot of money off of it?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Genius. Thank you, Revelus. And then you're just gonna see as Dante just skedaddles back over and finishes packing up.
Happy to help. And Revelus, like, having put on that old grandfather like face of, yeah, I'm gonna tell a quick little crazy story that's only half true. Like, he's got that weird grandpa smile that's going on, and then he just drops it. He's like, all right, let's get on the road. Let's get going.
I would like to say Revelus reminds me of the grandpa from Rugrats, who just says like the most like buck wild shit and then just moves on from it.
Perfect.
That is all I want in life. That's all I want.
Me and the boys are gonna play Russian roulette. Did you win? I don't think you know how Russian roulette is played.
Sorry, Revelus didn't say that in his lifetime? Like,
Sure,
He absolutely did. This one, I'm like,
yeah.
sounds like yes. All right, perfect. Anybody want to do anything else before you hit the road?
I think it's just time to get a move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, the sun ain't getting any brighter. All right, so you all are heading east. So you just need to make short reach harbor. And you could feasibly do that today if you really, really, really book it. But it is kind of one of those things where it's like, could I get to California in like one go if I want to? Yes. Should I? There should probably be some kind of hotel stop on the way, but you're really determined.
I think given the amount of money that is on the line, Ori is of the like strap on your boots, let's fucking go, assholes.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna travel as quick as we can. Does anybody have anything that could get us like there quicker? That's what I'm looking at.
No, I thought Ori for sure would have a spell for that. I was really banking on that, man.
Ori casts run faster.
Ori casts motivation.
She ate beef jerky. That's
And suddenly, for some reason, the barbarian has transport via plants.
Ori casts pre-workout.
Hells yeah!
I don't think there's much at this level that
No, not really. I mean,
I don't have anything.
I may. Actually, so above table, Dante has find steed. Now,
nice.
That's right.
Would he
There's a
think to
paladin
use
spell.
that, but also it's one of those. Would I be able to use 2 spell slots to be able to cast to have 2 of them summoned? Since 2 of our party members are kind of the smallest variety, and so it's just being able to pack as many people on those steeds as possible to help us out.
So true.
Give me 10 seconds. I'll have your answer for you in just a second.
I was gonna say, if it's not a concentration,
That's really what I was.
Mm-mm.
It sure ain't. You can't have more than one steed bonded by this spell at a time. As an action, you can release the steed from its bond at any time, causing it to disappear. That sounds stupid.
that sounds dumb.
That sounds really dumb. If you want to burn 2 spell slots to get 2 horses or whatever the hell, like, I think that's fine.
I think that as we're going through the travel, we're kind of huffing it. Dante's just gonna be like, "I'm tired. Can we just slow down for 10 minutes?"
What is the problem?
It's just I got a lot of armor, and it's like I'm tired, and you know what? Just
We don't do a
hold
lot
on
of
real quick, and then
walking.
you're just gonna see as like Dante just goes, "Yeah, it's slow, and it's not like this," and then he's just gonna go as he will cast Find Steed, and 2 very large horses will appear. They are oh yeah, they're gonna have to, so they are going to be they're going to give off kind of an evilish aura around them, as you can take a look, as they are beautiful black and brown spotted horses that appear with like flames for like their manes, and if you look into their eyes, it's completely black, and you could almost get a sense that you're looking into a void that is not happy.
Sorry, did you summon a pair of fucking nightmares?
It sure fucking sounds like
no,
it.
they're horses. I'm tired, and you guys are going really fast.
Has Dante done this before?
I don't think so. I think because
Okay.
of our very leisurely like travels and everything else, it's never been a thing to happen, and because we're like really huffing it this time, and Dante is like really tired. It's just
I'm
like
done.
I don't know how to do this anymore, guys.
Sped walked like 15 miles in armor before he was like, "Oh, you know what?"
Okay.
Let me get this straight. You could have done that all along.
Yeah. That's wow.
Well, yeah, kind of. It never really has popped up before.
No, it hasn't. Can you summon other creatures too? Like, you know how I wild shape and it's like a little different? Yours is kind of like that too.
I don't know. What is it? I know I can do this. I don't do it very often because we're generally, like I said, walking at a slower pace. So why do I need to summon, these if we don't have to? If we're just walking at a leisurely pace, then it's just we're just getting our exercise in. But 15 miles on armor is really heavy, guys.
They
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
look
Okay.
very nice.
Dante,
As-
Yes.
I appreciate the gesture. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now, I will say that these guys, these two can be a little, what's the word? And you're just going to hear as he drones on for a little bit before he kind of snaps himself out of it. It's like, oh yeah, they can be kind of, a little shy, if you will. So just give them plenty of pets and then say very calming things. And if they say some really out of pocket stuff, don't worry, that's just them getting to know you. It's fine. Even if they talk about some mission about conquering the world, I don't know where that comes from, but it's
What?
just What?
Oh,
What?
you know what? I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like we're gonna
So sorry.
Hang on. Can you roll a d4 for me?
I can, yes.
I thought
No, I
about
need
it.
Laura. I need Laura specifically to roll a d4.
Oh,
As it came out of my mouth, I realized what I was saying. That's a
in front of
one.
the talking horses.
Yeah, all right. So, Laura, you feel Ori has like a twinge of like a headache, and I need you to take one psychic damage.
Fuck
It was
you.
terrible. It was terrible.
Fuck you, dude.
I have a couple questions. First one, how dare you?
But Ori will approach one of these giant flaming steeds, and like the thing that you're supposed to do with horses, like the flat palm and everything, like no sudden movements, making sure that you're standing like where they can see all of you.
So, Ori, you go. I'm gonna say like Dante is kind of like at one. So you approach the other one, hand out like a normal horse, and as you like get closer with like your palm outstretched, you see it's like its head comes down, and it like snoofs at your hand, and then like kind of like bats your hand away, and is like and is like looking around, and like kind of like cantering like back and forth, like kind of looking at everyone except Dante.
What?
And you see it, it's like it snoofs, it like sniffs at you, and then like comes down and like snuffs down at Espen.
Well,
And like nudges your bag, Espen.
oh,
And
okay.
it's like,
I'll like open the bag. I'll let the horse stick its head in the bag. I don't care.
you see the horse sticks its whole head into your bag, and you just hear chomping, munching. Your bag is steadily singeing. As like the flames from the mane
No,
are like
no. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you. Good job. And she's doing some pats and like pulls the bag away.
But Dante, in your noggin, you hear, "This sacrifice is satisfactory."
You'll see as Dante just like his eyes will like widen before he says over to Espen. Tracy said that they enjoyed the snackies. So thank you very much for that, Espen.
Ah, that's good. That's good. We can do more snacks later. We just don't want like a tummy ache if we're going to be traveling a far distance. And she's still patting because she didn't hear that. Look at this cool horse.
Speaking of traveling a far distance, are we safe to mount the horses, Dante?
Yeah, should be good to go. You see
Um,
as Dante just kind of pops on over onto the other horse, and you're like, "That's good job, Maria. Good job. Give pats."
all right.
Revlis will offer his hand to Seraphina to try and help her get up on the horse. As I'm assuming she's not big enough to get on by herself.
She's been like slowly backing away from the horses the whole time,
Aw.
like fidgeting with her pockets. Like, do I have to get on one of those? They don't look friendly.
Are you getting on the one that Dante is on, or are you trying to get on the one that is over with Espen?
That's for Sam?
Oh, I was just gonna let you decide which one, but I was gonna offer.
Yeah, whichever one you want to get on, Seraphina.
She was backing away. She does not want to get on.
Mm.
Seraphina, what's going on?
Those don't look very nice, and we just already met a lot of very not nice people. And what if they try to eat us?
Are you less afraid of birds?
If the birds look nicer, I'm not afraid of horses. Just these ones.
Oh, okay. Well, what if we do this instead? And Espen is going to cast Wild Shape, and she's going to turn into a giant owl, which is a large beast. And what you guys are going to see is a series of like glittering stars flicker around her, and then when she finally forms into this owl, it's kind of got a weird purple tinge to it, and the edges of its wings where like the fade of feathers are kind of glows slightly as like she puts her wings down and kind of does a little wiggle. And I'm a large beast now, which means that Seraphina could ride on my back, and I also get keen hearing and sight, so I get advantage on perception checks as we're traveling through. And I go as fast.
Hey, Espen.
Hey, me.
Can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A 6.
A 6.
A 6.
All right. Everything's fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
So as
And then,
you, like,
you're
go
gonna
ahead.
see her like pat her little talons on the ground and like gesture for Seraphina, like, and then like lean over.
Yeah, Seraphina will go get on. She's like a little bit nervous, but she's like, this is for sure preferable.
All right.
And then she's gonna watch the horses suspiciously while everyone else gets on, just to make sure
So
they
as
don't
soon as you
just get
turn-
friends.
Yeah, as soon as you
Wake
turn
up on
into a
the
giant owl, the nightmare like circles back to you, Ori, and just kind of like stands there expectantly.
As in, like, are you feeding me expectantly? Is that the vibe?
Give me a nature check.
That'll never happen again. That's 17.
It
On the
seems to be a
dice.
pay. It seems to be a pay-to-play situation, for everybody who's not Dante.
Sorry.
You know what? I swear to grumble. There's grumbling in Sylvan and Orcish, but Ori will dig into her pack and pull out like 2 nice big fresh apples.
You see Tracy, as they've aptly been named. Deals down your hand and like in an almost like wider than I think horse's jaws should probably open type feel. Like snaps both the
Just
apples up.
Unhinges.
That's
And it's
not
down to- not
unsettling
quite
at all.
not quite like Eldritch horror-y type, but it was like I didn't think horses' mouths open that wide.
That's almost worse.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's almost
imagining
worse.
the sides
That's-
of the mouth being smoke as it like opens all the way.
Yeah, you also see
Yikes.
you see it's lined with incisors, which is insane.
Yep,
Um,
That's how Seraphina's seeing this go down.
Okay. Is
Um,
the creature gonna let me hop on then?
Yeah, you see it stands there, and Dante, you hear in your noggin again. This sacrifice is satisfactory.
Ori, Tracy said that she appreciates the apples as well. Thank you.
And you see it like
Mhm.
doesn't like down head, but like just a little bit of relaxation, enough where you could feasibly get up on there and not die.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm picturing like the fucking Budweiser draft horses.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Which shockingly terrifyingly large horses. So Ori probably actually has to jump a little.
What language are these horses saying this to Dante in? Is it
They're in his brain.
Um,
telepathic? Okay.
Yeah, it's telepathic, so it's just like in your
Okay.
noggin.
Well, technically, I have telepathy as a language. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, telepathy doesn't.
Telepathy.
It is in my language section on my D&D Beyond sheet, to be fair. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I have to cast it, so like...
All right. So Seraphina is taken care of. Essen's taken care of. Ori's taken care of. Dante's good. Sam, what are you getting into?
Well, seeing that everyone is up on their horses, Revelus is just going to kind of look around, look at both Dante and Ori and say, is there space for one more up there, or do we think that might slow us down?
You take your pick, Grandpa.
Yeah, it'll be all right. They should be able to take 2 people at once. I
Fair
think.
enough. Dante, help an old man up.
You can see as Dante picks you on up and like puts you right behind him as he's like, all right, I think we're good. And no more running now, thank you.
You go to like hoist him up, and you see Maria's head like turns around, and you have him by the arm, but the head is like stopping him from getting all the way up, and you see Maria just goes,
Oh, come on, Maria. Just this one time. It's like I'm on here. Like you can let him on here too. It's okay. I
hate
promise. He is good people's.
Give me a ship, give me a rowboat, give me a dinghy. I'll take anything over a horse.
the sacrifice must be appeased. You hear in your head,
Oh,
Dante.
Okay. And then
Dante,
you're gonna
what's
see
going
Dante
on
like,
here?
hold on. And you're gonna see Dante pulls out a couple apples and be like, give these to Maria, and she will eat them, and then she will let you on. I am sorry.
Apple.
And you see
April?
April? Yeah. Maria's jaw like and mops it up. And Dante, you hear once again in your head, "This sacrifice is satisfactory, but let him know that he is a scrub for having to take your apples and feed them to me as if they were his own."
Now, Maria, that wasn't. And Dante will say this out loud. It's like, Maria, that's not very nice. Food is food, and we are appreciative of everything. Come on, Revelist, let's get on up.
Dante, what wasn't very nice? Okay. What wasn't very nice?
Oh, she just. It's. She's just joking around. She's nicer than this, aren't you? As like Dante just kind of gives like a very much like yeah, like exactly like a we're behaving correct, like that dad eye that.
You see they both like almost in unison like lock their heads forward and start to just take off.
Gonna grab onto Dante as tight as I can.
Espen starts going faster, and as she's flying, like glittery sparks like fly off her wings as she flops harder, and it's like she's almost a shooting star at this point, as she's keeping pace with the horses because they have the same speed. I checked.
So you go for a bit, and then you come to this very like rickety type bridge. And it's definitely has not been well kept. But that's no problem. So as you all you see this first, Espen, but you see this bridge coming up. This is no problem for you. It's a smaller gap, and then you see from your point of view your friends on the back of these flaming horses like start to get closer to you. As you all start to lift off of the ground as the nightmares take flight.
Oh, so they are fucking nightmares.
They're horsies. They're just big horsies.
That fly.
They do fly.
Do horsies not fly?
No, Dante, they do not.
Oh, well, you could have fooled me with this.
Oh.
Espen like squawks in front of you, but it sounds kind of like a chime instead of an actual like owl noise, as she's like noticing what's going on. I can't actually talk, but that's the noise that her owl makes.
Yeah, you see and all of you can see this too, like as the nightmares are kind of taking off, it looks more like they are running on ground that you can't see. Like you see these like fiery hoof prints like imprinting on ground that isn't there as you kind of all climb to the relative height of Espen and Seraphina. So with this fun mode of transportation, you're gonna be in Short Reach Harbor in like an hour.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Dante for the win.
Yeah, Dante for the win indeed.
Dante. Not like in a rude way. It's fine if you are, but it would be good to know, are you like evil at all?
I don't know. Why would you think I'm evil?
You hear more like cawing, but it's like chimes from Espen as she's like slightly offended by what you're saying. How dare you?
Well, like I haven't met anybody evil before, and it seems like you're pretty nice. But what I read about like horses like these is usually they're not owned by, like, good people.
Huh.
Like,
I don't know.
these aren't normal ones. And, like, you
And
have
I
a whole
figured that they-
fire thing going on, so, like...
I figured that they were just, like little, what is it? A little different than the horses that we find around here, but I didn't think you need too much of it.
Right. Where did you find this?
And then you're gonna see Dante just kind of like 1,000-yard stare away before he comes back. Like, actually, I don't remember.
That's a little concerning, I think.
Eh.
I'd say more than a little concerning.
You
Dante,
hear another.
I'm about to heave ho. Which side should I just
Give me a Constitution saving throw real quick. Yeah.
I'm gonna Ori's gonna like
Ooh.
swing her horse like out of range.
No.
Constitution saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
10.
The DC is low. You're used to being on a ship.
It's gonna creep up the throat. I feel a little bit of that burning. Just
You get the hot
Yeah.
spits.
Mm.
Yeah.
I never want to hear that again. That's so painfully accurate.
Yes, it is.
Hot spit.
It's too real.
Jesus.
oh, gross. Love it, hate it. Love it, hate it.
You've all missed me so much.
Oh,
Truly.
How
so
much-
what? Yeah.
How
what'd
much
you get?
longer have we got to fly, Dante? What's the gauge?
And Dante is just gonna kind of think about it for a little bit. Like, I don't know. Do you want them to go away right now? Because if you want, I can
No,
tell them to go
no.
back home.
No. I shouldn't be asking you. Okay. Revlis is through the haze in his head going to try and keep an eye out on the ground below to see if he can get a landmark, to know just kind of how far away from the coast they may be.
Give me a perception check real quick.
You got it. Cool, much better. Perception 19.
Okay. Perfect. So with a 19, you kind of like choke back. This is a different kind of like never-ending motion. Flying and being on a ship are two incredibly different things.
Oh yeah.
And as you kind of like collect yourself from this latest bit of nausea, you smell a extremely familiar smell, and it's a smell that you have missed since you've started on this journey. You smell the salt of the sea as the land in the horizon begins to give way to beautiful blue water.
Dante, tell our steeds to aim there over the starboard bow. That's where we're going to want to land.
Okay. Tracy, Maria, that way. What he said. Yes, there. And pointing in that direction.
And you see they take like such a sharp, like steady, and then turn it down.
I'm going to make another constitution saving throw. Oh, jeez.
Did you just nat one it?
Oh
No. I nat 2'd it.
Oh.
Oh no!
For a
7.
buddy.
Oof.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm going to lose whatever lunch I had.
Yep. All that rum that you guzzled first thing in the morning. I have great news though. You can't taste what's about to happen.
Oh, buddy.
This is good and bad all at the same time.
Oh no.
That sudden that dropping stomach feeling like you're on a roller coaster. But it just kind of continues throughout your torso and up and so on and so forth. And what was once in is now out.
That's the most delicate way I've heard someone putting that.
Well, you gave us hot spits, and I couldn't do really much worse. So I didn't want to. Because we got to break this up.
I hope you know that is going to be in my mind forever, Laura.
You're so welcome, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
So
I'm
as
going
you
to take
all
note that I can't taste that, but otherwise,
it is still so. Unfortunately, the way that physics works,
Oh.
is that if you're going down and something is coming out of your mouth,
Oh, Revlis, no! Buddy, no!
I'm going to do the best I can to move to the side.
Mm.
To the side.
And Dante, you just hear awful sounds behind you. As like you guys are all descending, and you see the nightmares, they rapidly decelerate before they gently lay their hooves onto the ground.
Just the most delicate landing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dante, as like they do the rapid the descend, is just has his hands up in the air yelling "wee" as they go on down. So not even hearing the what is taking place behind him, he's just like yeah.
Having a great time.
Whereas Ori just yells, "Ah, shit nuts!"
Dodge!
Oh no!
No.
Aspen.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Aspen drops like a comet as she follows the horses down.
Oh, God. Oh, we made it. Oh.
Ooh.
Dante, I appreciate that you have the ability to quicken our transportation.
Yes.
Buddy, that was rough. Oh.
I mean, we did get here faster, so I mean, there is that.
No, you are absolutely correct. And Ori's gonna take the water skin off of her hip and just toss it to Revlis. Gramps, you got a little.
Oh,
I'm gonna go in the bush over this way for a second. I'm just gonna teeter off into the bush, drink some water, wash myself off.
Revels has a beard, doesn't he?
He does, yes.
That's unfortunate.
No. Never have I been more grateful to not be able to grow facial hair.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've got a brush. I'm gonna really try and clean that up. If I need to, actually, because he's really not feeling himself today, he's going to take out that little flask that he has, and he only has like a couple drops of that rum left, but he's going to pour that rum into his hand and just work that through his beard, just to give it a different smell if he can.
You know what? That'll kill just about everything.
Yeah, that'll do
so,
it.
That's not his
that'll
thinking.
do.
He's not that smart. He's just like, I just want to smell something different.
Nobody, we're trying here, okay?
Can he smell it if he couldn't taste it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so you smell it.
Okay.
It is just your sense of taste that seems to have left you.
Interesting.
Okay. All right.
The good news is that lingering hot spits, as Laura so delicately put it, like in the back of your throat, isn't so prevalent.
I hate it. I hate
All right.
it.
And gang, that
It's
is
so just
that's the
clip
last.
how many times that's said.
That's the.
It's been
Oh,
at least
I'm
3
never-
or 4.
Yeah, I'm never gonna say anything else ever again. Like that's so painfully accurate to the experience.
Oh,
Oh
I think
boy.
as we land, Dante will kind of like give very cutesy nuzzles to both of the horsies and be like, "Do we still need them, or do you want to take us along with us, or do you
So
I
want them to
think
just kind
we're
of go home?"
I think we're on boat travel for the foreseeable future, Dante. So I think you can dismiss them.
Okay, cool beans. And then you're gonna see as he gives each one of them a kiss on their forehead, and they will kind of like in a smoke just drop down and dissipate. And she's like, "Bye guys, love you guys. We'll see you later."
Okay, all right. Yes, we had a very specific ship to catch, did we not? Lore Master.
Yes, you guys were looking for. Pardon me. Let me consult the tome.
the dome.
The tome.
The tome.
The tome.
It's in here somewhere. What's my handwriting say? Come on, Zach.
I feel that in my soul.
Yeah,
So
oh,
much
man.
in
Reason
my
that I
soul.
typed my shit.
Right. The shale siren is the name of the ship that you're looking for.
Okay. Well, let's go looking for the shale siren then.
All right,
Um,
gang.
Yeah. Espen will drop her owl form and not really give Seraphina any kind of heads up. She'll just be like, whoop, then back into her bear form.
I'm sorry, what is the sound that happens when you
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
when you unwild shape?
It's just like a whoop, whoop. Yeah.
It's the magical girl de-transformation sound.
Got it,
Truly.
got it,
Truly.
got it.
Mhm. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Perfect. So you all are greeted with the smell of salt and sea, the light cawing of seagulls on the tops of the buildings of this little harbor town as you approach. And that is where we're going to take a quick break, everybody. We will be back in 7 minutes. So get some water, stretch your neck, etc., and we will be right back. Welcome. You say you're boozed up. Hell yeah.
He did. Yes, he
He
did.
definitely did.
Took me a second to process what was happening. Look at all that juice.
The buffer.
Wait, what?
Look at that juice and nothing else.
Drink up
So-
me hearties yo-ho.
Welcome back to Stone Lord's Folly. It's our first long actual episode in a while, guys. You gotta bear with us. Our crew just through some pretty interesting means that I did not take into account. Cut this travel episode in half. And so now they're in town. They made it to Short Reach Harbor, where they're supposed to find the Shale Siren, which is a ship that will take them to continent on the other side of the sea of Lindior, hopefully faster than the other folks that are looking for our dear little prince. So guys, as you all enter Short Reach Harbor, you see that there's not much in the way of like defenses. Like there's no great walls or like gates or guards, really. It's a lot of like small, like modest but well kept buildings. And then it seems that naturally everything is kind of like set around ships coming in and out as being one of the main, if not the main port in the southern part of this continent. It is very busy. However, you see that there are plenty of merchants of all kinds kind of like hauling wares to and fro. You see there are a fair amount of cattle and pigs and other livestock. They're kind of being brought in and out, either onto the ships or off of the ships to be sent to market. And you've gotten here kind of like the fever pitch of the day. It's about like it's like 3 p.m. Everybody is just kind of like running around and trying to get all their stuff done for the day. The folks who come in and go out on the ships are very recognizable. You see there's a fair amount of like a little more haggard, a little more swagger, just these kind of folk of the sea, rebels, not unlike your old compatriots. But it looks like it is all very well kind of centered. But you do see, like all great harbors, there is a bustling tavern where most of everything seems to be happening. You have gotten here ahead of schedule. You were supposed to meet on the southern dock, but not until tomorrow evening.
Oh, we're doing great.
So you made great time
Fair.
on our fiery friends. So
Here's my question.
mhm.
Given that we are on a pretty serious schedule, and we don't know A, who else is looking, and B, what kind of travel they have available to them, I'm thinking we hand over some coin, grease some palms to get going a little early.
Yeah. Is there, if we know that we're looking for the Shale Siren ship, do we have a captain's name?
You actually just have the name of the ship.
Okay.
Seems like maybe that was going to be information that was you were going to get a little bit more of a good debrief before everything went down.
Okay.
Before
And
shit
you'd
went to
make
shit.
A very swift exit.
Yeah.
What was the
Okay.
assassination attempt?
What, Moira?
Oh, my. Okay. Do we have any other information but the name? That's it. That's all we got. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know.
Do we know if it
Anything
was supposed
other.
to be coming in or waiting for? Like, are they just getting back from a journey tomorrow night and we're hopping on? Or do we know if they're, like, regularly in this town?
You know that it was at evening time tomorrow. It would be at the southern dock.
Okay. No other information. Cool.
No, we did in fact leave in quite a hurry, considering the, again, assassination attempt. Okay. We're just gonna look at Revelus. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but this seems to be more your wheelhouse than anybody else.
Aye, that be true. Well, after all of the excitement we've had, I'm fancying myself a drink. Anyone want to join me?
I don't
I
see why
mean-
not.
I'd go for a coffee.
Yes, exactly that.
Great. Well then, let's head in the direction of those folk down there. I believe they're heading the right way. And Revlis will just step right into line behind a group of sailors that are teetering off towards the local tavern. Is there a name for the tavern posted above the door?
Yep. So as you all kind of like get a little closer, you see this weather-beaten sign is kind of swinging back and forth in the breeze that reads the Jagged Jetty Inn.
All right. Okay. Revos will push open the door, walk inside. He'll keep his head down. Just because he doesn't know who might be in here. And with time being of the essence, he doesn't want any recognition. So he'll pull his tricorn just a little bit further down over his eyes, pop the collar on his coat, and just kind of really play the like hunched old man part as he just hobbles on in. And he'll go find a seat at the bar.
Yeah, if it does help, he also has like a 6'9" linebacker shouldered half orc woman walking in behind him. Yeah, no, it's full scary dog privilege right now. Ori understands the assignment.
I love you so much.
And it would also just be like right behind Ori would be a 6'1", what is it, fire genasi following on through, but he has like a very like the dopey look of just like.
I mean, he doesn't have a giant sword and like plate armor, so
and that giant spiky shield because he has that fucking dragon shield.
Yep.
And then
so it's just like
you still have the green maw. Yeah, I forgot.
And then the tiny ones.
And then the two Pomeranian privileges.
And then the two Pomeranians.
I mean, yeah, Espen would bite ankles. Like, let's be real. Like,
Espen and Seraphina go for the kneecaps.
Exactly.
Yes. We go high, they go low.
Good.
See, we got it. We got it. Espen is gonna like crawl up onto the bar stool next to Revelus, and she's gonna go, Do you know if towns like this have a ship manifest where we could like see who's here and request a ship maybe earlier? Like you're familiar with these things.
Oh yes. Every ship will have a dock master who takes note of the ships coming in and out of port. However, if you really want to get away with something a little bit quicker than protocol allows for, this be the place you want to be.
Her ears twitch.
So as he's saying this, he'll like reach over the bar and just kind of like tug on the shoulder of the bartender. Excuse me, sir. I'll have a round of whatever it is that you're preparing there for me and my comrades.
You reach out and you tap the shoulder of this goblin. It looks like it's got like a ring of like graying hair. And like a little bit of like his ear is like gone, but not in the way that's like something like ripped it off. It's like a little notch like out of it. You see is holding like 3 tankards in each hand, and as you like tap him, he turns and goes, "I'll be with you in a minute," and spins around and runs to the other side of the bar and like clinks down these 3 mugs in front of these 2 guys. And you see they each take 3, and you see as he's like speeding down the bar to like come back to you, he's making eye contact with you, but as he's coming down the bar, he's like grabbing empty glassware and then like wiping the spot and then like twisting the rag into the glass and then putting it onto the clean shelf. And just kind of like does that down through like the entire way. Is like, "You have my undivided attention."
Thank you, grandfather. Whatever it is that you got those gentlemen.
What the fuck did you call me?
Same age.
Just simply paying homage to your obvious experience.
I don't have any kids, so calling me grandfather doesn't really do much for me. I didn't have any kids, therefore they didn't have any kids. You understand how lineage works, right? I don't want to get into this. What do you want?
Do you have a name? Can we call you by your name instead?
Buckle is
Buckle.
what these guys call me.
Okay. Buckle, could we possibly get some drinks? And she looks at Revless. Like, your turn.
Yes. Let's do 3 dark and stormies, 1 coffee with extra sugar, and Serafina, what do you want?
A drink?
Yes. Water, milk, what it is that you would like.
Yes.
You don't want milk, I promise.
Not.
She'll
I
have a
don't want
water
milk.
then.
Okay.
Also, the name Dark and Stormy is actually copyrighted, so we call them storm squalls here.
Oh, it's still squaws. My mistake.
That's actually true. Dark and Stormy is actually a copyrighted name for the cocktail. You're not allowed to use it
Suckety what?
without express permission.
Oh,
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Learned
I
something
can't
new
remember
today.
which rum company owns it, but that is actually true.
Interesting.
So strange.
But thank you, Buckle.
Yes, so 3 storm squalls and not milk.
Yes.
And coffee? Did I hear coffee?
Yes, coffee with.
It's 3 in the afternoon. What are you doing with coffee?
He'll be
I
fine.
like
Don't worry
coffee.
about it.
I like coffee.
All right, I'll give you the beans. You grind it yourself. Here's some hot water. You figure it out. I don't have any coffee brewed at 3 p.m. What do you think this is?
We'll take it.
Okay. All right.
Now,
Oh, my
So you
God.
see, he goes and grabs 3 glasses off the clean shelf. Scoops them into this.
The
Scoops
queen.
them into the ice. Don't do that.
No, God.
Scoops them into the ice. Grabs this unlabeled bottle that you can only assume has, hopefully, rum in it.
Not milk.
It's certainly not milk.
Not milk.
Definitely not milk.
And you see he like runs that over the 3 glasses 3 times, and then reaches back and grabs another glass. Doesn't put ice in it and just holds it over till it's like halfway full, and then rakes and puts it down. And he's doing this all so quickly. He grates some fresh ginger, and you see throws it into a shaker with like hot water and sugar, and like shakes, and then throws that over the top of the rum, and then slides, like is doing this like at the halfway point of the bar, slides all 3 of these down to you guys. You see like he rummages around in this cabinet underneath of the bar, and you see he pulls out this bag of coffee beans, and then runs over to this barrel and scoops out some water and like slides those down the bar to you as well as he like comes through. And he's like, hot. To ask for a hot drink at 3 p.m. doesn't make any sense. And he goes, oh, there it is, perfect. And you see he, like, as he's walking the opposite direction of the bar, throws this spoon over his shoulder, and it lands directly into the hot water. And you see the spoon, a little mark on the spoon starts to glow, and the water starts to get hot. And he goes, all right. And he's like walking backwards as he's like grabbing other stuff like off the bars. These guys are bringing their like mug ales in, and he's like, all right, so 3 storm squalls and a nut milk and a coffee. Yeah, that'll be like 15 gold, I think. Yeah, no, 15 gold should be fine. Just leave it on the counter. Thank you.
Seraphina's gonna start counting out like 15 gold from her pocket.
Serafina, hold on to those for just 1 second. I'm curious if we can get a little bit of it, information as well for maybe 1 or 2 gold extra.
Okay, I'll count out 17 and save it. She's gonna like, add a couple extra to her hands and then just hold it.
And you see, it's just Buckle, like running back and forth and back and forth. And as he makes like this next pass, like down the bar, like grabbing the glass off the bar, wiping it with the rag, and then throwing it on the shelf. Did you need something else, or can you make room?
Just some conversation if you've got a moment, Buckle. Don't want to take up too much of your time. I see that you're obviously busy.
My time is valuable.
Aye, it is. Buckle, I appreciate your time greatly. And as he's saying this, he's gonna like reach down towards Seraphina and just hold up one finger for like one gold piece.
She'll pass him one.
Grab the one gold piece, slide it across the table towards him, and said, "Hopefully this will buy a minute of your time, Buckle. I'm looking
Exactly a minute.
I'm looking for a ship, Buckle. This ship is.
Think you're in the right place.
It's to be docked in the South Harbor tomorrow evening. Ship by the name of the. Let's see.
Shale Siren.
Shale's Siren. Thank you. I have it written down, but I totally forgot.
It's okay.
Ship by the name of the Shale Siren. Do you know who the captain is for said ship?
You see Buckle kind of sits there for a second, goes, I might.
And if you might know the name for said captain, might you be willing to disclose both said name and the location of said captain, as he'll reach down, grab yet another gold piece, and slide it across the table?
Roll me persuasion check with advantage, since we are actively bribing.
You got it. $19. Subtract 1. 18.
Can I-
Subtract 1. All
Can
right.
I give him guidance as I
Sure.
reach? Because I'm sitting next to
sorry.
him and I
I
tap.
didn't roll that with advantage. That's my bad.
Oh,
Yep, definitely 18.
okay.
Okay.
Still a guidance. Espen taps you on the arm and she's like, "You got this," and you get a 4.
The 4?
Oh,
Okay,
well.
so 23 altogether?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you roll it, but mine's a
Whatever.
4, so it's good.
You roll it. I've lost my D4 anyway.
Don't walk around barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
It's worse than Legos.
So you see Buckle takes the gold piece. And he goes, well, the captain's name would be, if I knew the name, might be Captain Bellagrand. He's a rather hefty looking half orc, big bushy beard. Hell of a sailor. Discreet, from what I understand. How discreet do you need to be, grandfather?
Lore Keeper, what was that name again? Sorry.
Captain Bellagrand. Belegrond.
Oh, I forgot the E, but I spelled it almost right.
That's fine.
Well, I'm nobody's father either. But discretion of the utmost is advised.
Well, if we're being discreet, and you see he flicks the gold, like one of the gold coins, back over towards you across the bar. This I have plenty of.
Ooh, okay. Can Espen reach into her bag and find a little trinket? Oh no, she'll pull off one of her little rings on her not a nail, her claw, anyway, and it's made out of crafter's gold. And
Mhm.
she'll go, what about this one? This is, well, you can see. And she'll slide it across.
And you see Buckle grabs it and holds it up to his to his eye, and he goes, and you see he squeezes it in his, he grabs it in his fingers, and you all see it kind of flex a little bit. And he goes, I see. Now this is good. Don't get me wrong. But truth be told, I'm gonna use this to patch a hole in the water barrel.
Oh.
Because that's what it's best for.
Ori's gonna sort of lean over and put both arms on the bar top.
Tibako leans back.
What do you want?
And by that,
Well-
she means be reasonable.
Well, reasonably. If I knew anything about the Shale Siren, and if I knew anything about Captain Bellegrand, I would know which routes that they tend to frequent, so I can only hazard a guess about where you're headed. And if I were to hazard a guess on where you are headed, I could hazard a guess about how you're going to get there. And you see he looks around at the tavern, and can everybody give me perception checks, please?
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Nice.
17.
24.
Jeez.
Dirty 20.
Hey, 26 in total.
Come on, Dante. I think you're muted,
We
buddy.
can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, no, I was muted. Yeah, no, that's a 6. And Dante's busy
Oh my
making his
God.
coffee right now since he has
Doing
to
his
do everything
best.
himself.
Yeah, he's having to
You
do,
know
the
what?
most-
That's fair. That's fair.
He's doing it
most
with his thumb on the
MacGyver-
counter,
Right.
trying to grind each individual
Yeah.
Focus
bean.
on what's important. buddy.
Do one at a time.
MacGyvering his own pour over coffee. All right, so Dante, you are very wrapped up in your coffee. As the rest of you look around, you see, and I'm going to say, Rebels, you didn't really need a roll for this, but you got good, so it's fine. You know that the ships do business, but the watering holes are where the business is arranged. And as you all kind of glance back around, you see not only are people drinking and eating and just carrying on, you see small bags of what you can only assume is some kind of currency being passed back and forth, small bundles of things being passed in handshakes.
With a nat 20, can I see what these bundles are?
Yeah, it's the
Like what
little
they are?
little bits and bobs wrapped up in canvas.
Oh, okay.
He goes, the things that come through here aren't really my speed, particularly. But where I'm fairly certain, if I knew anything about the Siren Shale and how Captain Bellegrand likes to go about, you are probably going to dock in Undport, which means you'll be close to the bones. Anybody can give me a history check.
Yeah, it's close to the bones.
Revelist, you can make this with advantage.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you.
7.
I got
14.
That is... Oh, that's a straight roll. 12.
Okay. All right.
13.
13. Okay. All right. Everyone except Aspen. Um, Seraphina, you have read in some like manuscript that you're not really sure how it ended up in your room. But then again, how do you end up with anything when you never leave the house?
So true.
Ori and Dante and Revlis, you've heard stories about the bones, and you were fairly certain that they were an urban legend. Something that this kind of white whale for like city guards and any kind of like very do-gooders to bust the biggest black market operation on that continent.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh. Lore Master.
Yes.
With Ori's history and her background specifically as a smuggler.
Yeah. Yep.
Is there anything in particular that she might have heard?
So, or you know that the bones became very popular because of where they are in the world. They're on the continent of Lenidaria, which did not always have this great desert. But now that it does, all of the civilizations that were there left behind some very, very powerful items. And that is the bread and butter of the bones, but it is kind of this like central hub area where if you want something and you don't want anybody to know about it, you get it there. And that goes for things of all walks of life. You could find dragon eggs, you could find cursed armor, millennia's old. Who's to say you could even find a lich's soul stone if it was for the right price. So they are as benign or as dangerous as you would like it to be, which is why it is so secret.
Yeah. So Oriane, like, you see a very slow grin pull across Oriane's face, really showcasing those like lower tusks. Buckle, was it?
It was.
Right. So from what I hear, Bones, it's just a place to do business, right? Much like this place. As long as it's for the right price.
Well, everything here has a price. So I imagine everything there could also have a price.
Yeah, everything in this God's forsaken world has a price. Coin makes the world go round. Listen, we're not here to cause trouble. We just want details on this captain.
And I just need unicorn bones.
You want to send us on a little errand then?
Oh, if you're headed that way. I'd hate for you to miss your ship.
You know you can like make soup and stuff with much cheaper bones, right?
How's your not milk?
It's great, thanks.
All right,
It
Serafina,
tastes
it is just rum. It is just the half glass of rum.
I don't think she would know.
Oh dear.
She's just drinking it.
Mm.
Is it like... I'm so stupid right now. What color is rum?
So
like
this would be
brown?
spiced rum, so it'd be like browner, yeah.
Okay, so she's like, she could tell it was a color. Okay.
It is a color.
I know.
Does
that
she
it's
know that's
clear,
not the
so-
color? Does she know that's not the color of water?
I feel like she would from like seeing streams.
Oh my god.
Sweet God.
Oh,
It could be muddy water
Lord.
though.
Or
Oh,
or so much.
okay. All right. Okay. Oh my God.
All right. Well, Serafina, since you've been just sitting there steadily sipping
Yeah.
straight warm rum,
Yeah.
um,
Oh. Oh, that just gave me the willies.
Oh,
She's gonna get turned.
would you please roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
For sure.
At advantage.
Yeah. 17.
17. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. It's not
It doesn't
milk.
taste like much. And for anything, really, it doesn't taste much different from milk
Yeah.
in your eyes. So
Mm-hmm.
What? Why is this better than some milk?
well, all the alcohol in there has killed everything that lives in the milk, so
What things live in the milk? I know
You
there's
don't
like
wanna
fish
know.
that live in water. Are there milkfish?
Oh gods. Ori just sort of like rubs palm to forehead.
Revlis will lean over to her and say, "Yeah, that's been the last couple of months for me.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Honestly, it's comforting in some ways.
Yeah, you know what? It's strangely endearing. Yeah.
She's really
Um,
smart. She looks, I promise. She
No,
just-
no. Just yeah. That's okay. All right. Okay. All right. Lore Master,
yes.
Buckle's given us this description, yeah?
Mhm.
Is this fucker in the bar?
He is not.
Damn.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna use your perception rolls from earlier. He is not.
Unicorn bones, really?
I mean, like, I could turn into a unicorn, but it's like not really a unicorn, and like I wouldn't
There's
want you
also
to
the
take my
removing
bone.
Bones.
I was
part,
gonna
yeah.
Yeah,
you
see,
want us
like,
to harvest your bones, Esmond?
no,
why
I
that?
don't.
Why that? What is your second point? I don't really understand. But
I mean, it was like a thought if it was something you needed urgently. I don't know if it's a medical thing or not.
Ugh.
I appreciate your consideration.
She's like, if we need to do this fast, I'll just amputate a little bit. It's fine.
That's just a knuckle bone.
Right. Anyone got a wish spell handy?
Regeneration.
Be fine.
Okay, Buckle. You want unicorn bones. You know what? No, I'm not going to ask because, to be perfectly frank, I don't fucking care.
To be perfectly
you do
frank,
you.
I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, I figured as much. You do know there's a chance that we probably won't make it back. Just, shit happens. Seas are dangerous.
You could die. But then I'll just ask somebody else. But you wouldn't go back on your word. And you see he reaches out a hand.
Should you be able to point us to this captain in a timely fashion, I will see what I can do when we reach our destination.
That's good enough for me.
And Ori's like giant fucking hand like dwarfs the
Yeah, you see he entirely
The
just takes his
goblins.
whole hand.
pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Like when you shake like a toddler's hand, and it's like, oh,
Kinda.
very nice to meet you. So you let go, and he says, the Shale Siren generally docks at night. They should be coming back from a run probably around midnight. Tonight, if you really, really play your cards right, you might get him to just turn around and head right back out, depending on how bad of a time he had while he was on this last run.
Well, it's a good thing that I can be incredibly charming when I want to.
I believe that when I see it.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Buckle.
Does anything put this captain in a better mood that we could bring him? Just a thought.
He's fairly fond of not milk, but that's pretty much everybody in
All
this
right.
in this place here. Is he expecting you, or?
Thank you, Buckle. I believe that's all the information that we'll need.
I suppose that's all the information I'm going to get. Very well then. Enjoy your drinks and your time here at Short Reach. However, should you need anything else, please do not hesitate to ask somebody else.
Thank you.
Once again, it's that same shit-eating tusk grin.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, like, Buckle gives like a fake little like bow, and then palms the rest of the gold that you guys still owe him that's sitting on the bar.
Yeah.
Seraphina has it cupped in her hands because Revlis told her to wait, so she's just sitting like
Okay.
this.
Revelus will like start to stand up and walk away, look at Seraphine and be like, "What are you? Oh, yeah, you can leave that up there now."
Scatters
Plunk.
everywhere.
Revlis, I have a question.
Yes.
Why did you uneat earlier?
Ori's gonna take her drink and walk away.
Hyacinth,
that
you
like-
can have an inspiration, because that's great.
Is it like an attack you're working on, or did you run out of room and you wanted more room?
You know, Seraphina,
Yes.
sometimes things make people nervous. Like
Yes.
like the horses. You remember when you were
Yes.
nervous to get on the horses?
Yes.
Right. Well, sometimes those nerves bubble up inside you, and they make your stomach move and shift like the waves out there on the sea. And sometimes when the waves are a little too big, a little bit comes out.
Okay, so when you're nervous, you uneat to make room for the nervous.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, she's gonna write down in her notebook. Nervous equals waves equals uneat for room for waves.
As she's writing that down, Rebels is just like rubbing his temple, going, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh my goodness.
I think as like Ori kind of leans over, it's like, I'm gonna tell her.
Don't, not
I'm
yet.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Not on the same day. Save me some dignity, please. Excellent job up there, by the way. I think I might let you take the lead on most of the conversations we have from here on out.
If you feel the need to. I'm usually better at busting skulls open.
Well, it seems the careful diplomacy I like to deploy isn't really working. So I'll resort to that if your aggressive negotiations don't work out first.
Whatever you say, old man.
This place we're going to, the Bones. What do you know about it?
I know it's kind of place where you can find just about anything for the right price.
I've heard stories and rumors before. I've never met anyone who's been there, who knows what goes on inside. If we wanted to, say, set ourselves up nicely, would this be the sort of place to seek work in?
What do you think, Lore Master?
It's a dangerous line of work, but people wouldn't do it if it wasn't
Lucrative. Also, let's also consider what Oriane spent most of her life doing.
It's like Ori's definition of like dangerous and worth it is different from a lot of people's definition of dangerous and worth it.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not overly concerned with things like legality, morality, personal safety. But then again, people do just about anything for the right amount of gold.
Just about. Even the worst of thieves have their limits.
Depends on who you talk to.
Yes, it depends. It does. Ori, and Revlis will kind of lean in a little bit closer. Do you mind distracting the others for a moment?
Eyebrow.
I need to have a chat with Serafina.
What?
Last night, things got worse. You remember our conversation, I take it?
Yeah, by my count, you still have about 8 hours.
Well, I might have only about 8 hours total. If what happened last night is any indication of what could continue to happen.
Do we need to find a temple?
To what god? You really-
Whoever will take coin for restoration.
That's all of them.
If we must. But I want
What,
to...
are you gonna burst into flames or something?
No, just fall over with my throat slit.
Dante, Espen.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah,
Me.
being like big, gregarious half orc kind of takes both of them like either arm over either shoulder. Another round of drinks. Or he's being like big and loud in a way that like probably hasn't happened since that first big bar fight. And she's getting like other people in on the drinking, like strangers.
Like rounds, yeah.
You're buying drinks? You're buying drinks? Oh, somebody's buying drinks. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. Come on. What do they call you? Get over here.
Yeah, but you call me whatever you want. You're buying me a drink. That's fine. And you see this little table
I
sailor
like you.
comes up and belly ups to the bar. And you're like, come on, lads, buying drinks. Let's go.
Who wants
Yeah,
coffee? I will make coffee for whoever wants it.
Dante, you just finished grinding enough beans to like get a halfway decent cup of coffee.
It's at that moment that Espen pulls out like a mortar and pestle, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dante. I forgot that I had this," and she slides it across the counter. I'm sorry.
That will make things so much more faster. Hold on.
I
No,
got
it's okay. It's
distracted.
okay.
Now you can make coffee
That
for
happens
other
to me
people
too.
that are. Yes, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, as Ori is like basically like using this crowd of sailors to like cloak the other two from Seraphina and Revelus, and she'll kind of look over and like wink at Revelus before she goes back to her drinking buddies.
Yeah, you see they all kind of like squeeze into this like small gap as like you kind of shove Espen and Dante a little farther down the bar, and like these like 5 or 6 like soldiers are kind of bellying up to the bar, so you have like Revelus and Seraphina, the soldiers, and then you guys over here. So there's a good buffer zone and a lot of noise.
Okay. Before we had when Buckle kind of shifted away from us to return to his work, Espen wanted to cast Detect Thoughts on him as he was turning away from this conversation. She wanted to see kind of what he was freshly thinking in his head about what had just transpired.
Okay. And that one, it's like if you want to know more stuff, there's a save, but like surface thoughts is free, right?
Just surface thoughts at this moment.
Yeah, so yeah, surface thoughts, you see like Buckle turns away and he goes, well, so either way, it's I'm never gonna get over there to get the unicorn bone, so if they're heading over that way, might as well ask. They seem like the kind of people that can handle themselves, and if they can't, it doesn't really matter. No skin off my nose. Belagron's not a hard man to find, so really, I came out on top. He's probably kind of proud of himself.
Okay, that feels suspicious.
Seeing that like getting unicorn bones was going to be like
harder for him to do.
Like a big deal.
Okay.
But if these 5 seemingly capable people can manage it, if they port out of there, they're going to have to port back into there. So he's like, well, if they live and they huddled there in the deal, then great.
Okay.
It's like one of those things where it's like he's kind of making you guys feel like he did you a favor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was like really no effort at all on his part.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me wants to pry, but then no, don't give me that. You're distracted. Well, no, you're distracting us. Never mind. No, at this moment, you're talking to Grandpa Revless. Anyway, I'm not gonna pry. I was like, that's too dangerous at the moment.
Yeah, the second storm squall really just kind of muddles the rest of Detect Thoughts, and
yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, as the revelry begins, Revelus is going to put a hand on Seraphina's shoulder and say, could you go ahead and help me walk over to that table next to the window over there? I want to show you something really, really nice and fun about the smell of the sea over here.
Yeah,
and so
okay. She'll like
kind of
grab
not
his
really
arm
giving
and,
her
like,
a choice.
fully
Yeah.
prepared
Yep.
to like support all of his weight if he wants to lean on her. She's like, I'm so strong, even though she's not.
He'll definitely like lean into it a little bit, like letting the limp that he has be a limp, but you know, just enough to make sure that she knows she's being helped.
Okay. She's
So
very
as they
excited to help.
as they get over towards the table, he'll pull out a chair for her and let her sit down. Serafina, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Why?
Oh, just wanted to check in on you. It's been a couple days since we've had some time, just you and I, to chat and talk, and I just want to make sure that what we are doing right now is something that you feel confident in.
Yeah, I wasn't as confident when like we had to watch a guy get eaten, kind of. That was really scary. But other than that, it's been really interesting. I guess that could be considered interesting, but it's not the kind I like.
Well, that's I'm glad to hear you feel more confident in what we are doing now
Yes.
rather than what has happened. How are you doing with your spells, Serafina?
Pretty good. Is how are you doing, Pevlis?
With my spells, I don't have spells. You know that.
Right. Is there a spell you needed?
No, not particularly, but if you're interested,
Right,
there's a spell that I
yes.
think might come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of any way to break curses?
Well, I have lesser restoration, which is close to that, but I think for curses you need greater. That's level 5. I only have like, I've only learned up to level 3.
And
That's
these
like
are
a
these
little above my skill level. Yes.
right. Haven't yet gotten to those chapters in those books you study, right?
Right, there are tomes, and in runes they say level 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9.
That's right. Just a series of books. She's currently reading level 3 right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Level
However, the
3
Scientology
Cleric's
books
Guide
are.
to Spells.
Well, I ask because sometimes when the sailor's been away from the sea for a little bit too long, there's a little bit of a curse that could come upon him, a curse that starts in his heart and makes him nervous, like when we were talking about earlier, and could potentially make them uneat a little bit too much.
Is that why you did it earlier?
It could be. I'm a little worried about that, and I'm curious if you might try that lesser restoration spell on me right now, just to see if maybe that settles the nerves.
Yeah, I can do that.
She will cast Lesser Restoration on Revlis.
All right, and what does that look like for Serafina?
She, as she does it, just like a slight amount of like pink sparkles will kind of like come out of her hands and then surround Revlis and like do little wispies around him until he like glows just slightly and then it dissipates.
Okay. So that happens.
Yep.
Lore Master,
Revlis, what are you looking for?
have I been able to taste the drink that I've been having?
No, the sting of the rum and the sharpness of the ginger has eluded you thus far.
Okay. I do have the drink still with me. It's about half gone. But as she does that, I'll go ahead and give like a little shiver and kind of give a theatric like eye wiggle as like I'm just kind of putting on a show for Serafina, being like, oh, I think I feel a little bit of that nervous coming up. Let me grab my drink. I'll go ahead and grab his drink and take a little drink. Can I taste anything?
The liquid passes your lips, but you taste nothing.
Okay. Oh, well, I think that just about did it, Serafina. I feel right as rain. I feel right as rain. Thank you so much. That was very kind of you. How are you feeling? Do you need to rest? Do you need anything else?
Okay. No. She's gonna. I don't think she would think he was lying, but can she do a medicine check so she can see, like, if she feels like signs of a curse have been removed, potentially? If it matches him when he unate earlier?
Sure. Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Okay. That was. Okay. 16?
16. Okay. So with a 16, Revlis looks how he did this morning. He hasn't gotten any worse. He is as good as he can be in this moment.
Havlis is something else wrong? Maybe? Like, you don't look great. Like, not like you look bad. Just like you don't look as good as normal? Maybe.
You're sweet, Serafina. But it's all right. I know I'm an ugly bastard.
I didn't mean that at all. No. But no, like is there anything else?
There might be.
Hey, Revlis.
Sorry, go ahead.
Can you roll a d6 for me?
Yes, I can. 1.
I'm so scared right now.
Zach, what's that face? Buddy.
So, Revlis, as you are sitting there putting on the bravest of faces for your compatriot, you feel this deep, deep, gnawing hunger beginning to rise in your gut.
And it just starts to grow.
You feel like you have not eaten in days.
Serafina, I think I will be right as rain as soon as I get some fresh air. You go ahead and join the others with the not milk at the bar for a second. I'm going to head outside here. And Revlis, rather abruptly, is just going to kind of jump up from the chair and start to stumble his way past everyone, out the bar, out the front door.
Serafina is for sure going to follow him, blatantly.
I'm just
She's
going
very
to beeline it
concerned.
for the door. I'm going to try and find an alleyway or someplace where I am alone, because in Revlis's mind right now, the last time that he saw humans this hungry that he's feeling, they ate someone.
So, Revlis, as you step outside, stumble outside really in this effort to get away. I will set your mind to ease a little bit. You do not feel the desire to consume human flesh. That's not what's happening here. But you just feel like you need to consume anything else. And as you stumble out of this tavern, bumping into a few sailors, pirates, you're not really sure, you break through the threshold and are smacked with the cold cold air you expect here on the coast, but the salt is noticeably absent from the smell. There isn't really much of a smell at all. And that is where we're going to end our session.
No.
Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We are so happy that you decided to spend your Wednesday with us. I don't know if they're stoked that they spent their Wednesday with me, but that's their problem, not mine. If you have not already, please go check out all of our recorded first episodes on YouTube so you can catch up if this is your first time checking us out. Thank you to my cast for being who you are and playing who you are. This is fantastic. And so we're just gonna go ahead and hit an outro because I feel like I'm gonna get in a fight after this. So my name is Zach Savage. You can find me on all the things at Zach Savage Lore. You can also find me on Realms of Alovar, playing a great guy. Nothing's wrong with him.
Yeah, sure.
On my socials, you'll find me working on a 5e supplement based on the Stag and Sword Adventurers Guild, an online kind of storytelling thing that has turned into this whole other thing. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, you can find me right here doing the most to emotionally destroy my players. Huge shout out to Arcane Anthems, whose music you've been listening to all night. It's fantastic. We love Wes. Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna turn it over to my cast with trepidation. So we'll start with Hyacinth.
Hi, I'm Hyacinth Wonders, and I'm ready to pick a fight. My handle is Hyacinth Wonders on pretty much all the social media platforms. When I'm not here, I do little cosplay skits, and I also do gaming streams. And I was playing Seraphina, the High Elf Cleric.
Perfect. Turning over to our lovely himbo, Justin.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I am GM Justin. You can find me at all my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me over at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. I played Dante tonight, and Zach, I'll go ahead and I'll make my way over to the Denny's parking lot. We'll have a couple choice words following this, but yeah, that's it for me.
All right, fantastic. Oh, I can't wait. Laura.
Hey Zach.
Yeah.
Zach, when I catch you, Zach.
Yeah.
When I catch you, Zachary. Hi, folks. Hello. Good evening. It's your girl. It's Laura. It's Tutu. It's Laura Tutu. If you want to see what else I'm doing, the easiest way to do that is check out my website, lauratutu.com. If you want to see more of me this week, you can head on over to Crit Hit Chronicles at 7 p.m. Central for Shadows Over Baldur's Gate, our spiritual sequel to the hit Larian Studios game, Baldur's Gate 3. Shit's about to get real. We've got blood hunters, y'all. It's bad. I'm about to get my ass kicked.
Hunters.
Oh, geez.
Hunters.
Ooh.
Hunters.
Ooh.
Not good.
No. And if you're going to be in the Los Angeles area right around this time next week, you'll be able to find me at Darkness Emergent with By Night Studios. I'll be running around being bitchy and hot as a vampire. So come say hi.
We love to see it. And turning over to our pirate with no taste or smell, Sam.
Hi guys. I'm depressed. You can find me in the Denny's parking lot having choice words with Zach.
Yeah.
My name is Sam. You can find me on Instagram and Twitch at Utah Indie. Keep an eye out for those adventure-themed cocktails, as well as eventually, with permission of my fellow cast members here, a cocktail centered around each of their characters.
Hell yeah. Sorry.
We'll see how that goes.
I don't even drink, but I'm like, yeah.
Dante or Justin, Dante's drink is absolutely going to be a flaming shot.
Oh, I would be surprised if it wasn't.
I would be
Good.
offended if it wasn't.
I would be disappointed,
I
truly.
was worried it was just gonna be Fireball, and that was gonna be disappointing.
Unless it was like just a frappuccino with like the tiniest hint of like
Yeah,
it's just all sugar.
it's just like a little
Yeah,
Guinness. Or baby Guinness, that was called.
Yep.
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. I have been your resident cursed pirate, Revless Noge.
Fantastic, and last but not least, the fantastic artist behind all the art that you have seen, are seeing right now, and will see in the future, Pyrea.
Hi everybody, I'm Pyrea. I do the art. I do things. I'm here on Wednesdays. Yeah, I'm Pyrea everywhere else. Yeah, that's it for now. Zach, back to you.
Fantastic. And as always, as my lovely cast has reminded you, if you had any issues with any of the calls that I made tonight as the DM of this campaign, you can find me behind the Denny's on 422, and we can settle it. And for the second episode in a row, I feel like I would be picking up the entire cast at the Philadelphia airport.
Yeah,
to-
in November, man. It's on.
Yep, yep, yep,
It's,
yep.
it's on.
I'm not
your
waiting for
acid
November.
packs you.
Yes.
That's perfect. Yep. So you see somebody scrapping outside the Marriott. It's fine. I earned it.
Don't worry about it.
Truly,
Don't
I'm
worry about it.
staring at the Marriott, so yes.
Yeah.
I'm
love it.
literally
Yeah.
around the corner, so
See?
Yeah,
We
I'm
got
across
it.
the street this year too, so I can get my ass kicked and then just hobble on home.
Bring your popcorn or mind your business. How about that?
Right.
take your popcorn or mind your
Mind your
business.
business. I love that. Oh my gosh, fantastic. If you want to stay up to date with everything that we are doing, we do have a Discord available, and we will drop that real quick in the chat. We do, if it's your first time interacting with us, if we're not doing the main campaign, generally we're doing some lore shots. So those are one shots that are set in the history of this world, and so you have a little bit of so what I'm looking for, like frame of reference for like things that have happened or are happening in the world. And it's fun.
Trauma.
We love it. These guys, it's just yeah, it's just history.
It's trauma. We get historical trauma.
Facts.
Isn't that just what history is?
Yeah.
People airing their trauma in front of everyone else?
You're right.
I mean,
Yeah. What is history but the
factually
recording
correct.
ramblings of a madman? But yeah, so tune in to the Discord. We'll post what we're doing in there. And that's all I got. So until next time, have a good night.